It says that I'm live, so I'm gonna start now. I'll edit it later. Uh Somebody asked me, is DCH44 please make a video on why these people stare or look at you. Uh I don't know. I don't know why they stare or look at me. And I don't know if your question means in general why they stare and look at all of us, at people, period. I would assume that there's something about me that they like. See, what you don't know is that these people admire you, okay? And I got more to say, but what time is it? So it's about time. I don't think I'm going to get anybody in here. I've already recorded this entire video, and because of the headphones that I was using, the voice didn't come out, so I went live, and I'll just edit it if I have to, if I need to. But let's talk about some things, okay? Fear is the lowest vibration that you can feel. All right. I don't know what's on these people's minds, so I cannot give you a direct answer to your question, but I can tell you that, and I know it's kind of harsh because I don't hold any of the people that hurt me, that were gang stalking me, that destroyed my life, that you were targeting me. I have forgiven all of them. I mean, just because I have other things to do, other things to think about. They've moved on. I haven't seen them. Some in 10 years, some in 8 years, some 5 years. Some I ran into one time. They're not in my life, so I have forgiven them because if they knew better, they would do better. All right, that those occurrences are not a part of my life anymore. I don't live on that street anymore, meaning I don't live on that vibration anymore. I knew that they were trying to do. I knew that early was to keep me afraid. And then later on I found out that is the lowest vibration that you can be on. So that is that demonic vibration. So long as you stay afraid, you're gonna meet more of these people. Today I was listening to this guy. The name of his YouTube channel is, what is his name? He has his name, I guess, David Diga Hernandez. And he was talking about how demonic spirits attack you. And I know, feeling, the only way you would call yourself a targeted individual if you feel like a curse, right? Some people, they call us empaths. That feels like a curse. And he says angelic beings cannot be possessed, neither and we also cannot be cursed, because you can't curse what God has declared blessed. To me, those were some powerful words, so I had to write it down, and I thought it would be perfect for this video. Okay, and you know, the people that I call these demons, like I don't want to, like I said, I have nothing against anyone personally. I believe that these people are put in your life somehow for you to get to know who you are. And another reason why these people might stare at you is because they're not thinking what you're thinking while you're having a conversation with them. They are probably looking at you. If you remember that stare that everyone talks about, if you think about it, I'm looking down at the computer for some reason. But if you think about it, people say that, like, narcissistic people, they have this weird stare, and they stare at you to see if you know who you are. They want to know if you know who you are. And if you don't know who you are, they're about to start playing with your life. When I had my first awakening moment is after I had lost my job, my daughter's life and her relationship went to shit. I mean, we lost everything. Everything. My dog was sick. I mean, everything went to the left. And then I remember the first feeling I had is if I had opened the door to a demon, to the devil. It scared me because everything that I've ever heard about demonic spirits or about the spirit world, period, is it was always um it was always in a movie or something fictional. So I believed it to be fictional until I experienced it. And then I learned about all these things. So now I let all that go because it brought me to who I am today. And the person that I was before, when I opened that door and let that person in, was it's a different person than I am today. And another reason why they stare at you, there's a light in you that you cannot see because you don't know who you are. So, like I said, they look at you to see if you know who you are, because if you know who you are, they're afraid of you because that means that you can see who they are. But if you don't know who you are, they're about, listen, if you know who you are, then they're about to start playing with you. And if you know who you are, they're going to get away from you. So they have to look at you while you're talking to them. You're being sincere and speaking the truth, and they're lying to you, and they thinking that you're thinking what they're, because narcissists, just like us, we think that everybody is as good. If you're good of good nature, you think everyone is like you, right? So the same thing with these wicked demonic people. They think everybody's like them. So when they do something to you, they think they beat you to the punch. They just think they got to you first before you got to them. They don't understand that that wasn't even your intentions, right? They don't understand that you weren't competing with them. So when they're looking at you, it's like, does she not know that I know that she's lying? Because what they're doing, they're lying. Another reason is that most of us think that we're in the flesh. So when somebody stares at us, they're like, what's she looking at? She ain't looking at your flesh. She's looking at your light. She's looking at your spirit, right? Let's say sometimes you're like, yo, that woman gives me a negative feeling. You're feeling her spirit. You're not feeling her skin, right? So we have to awaken to, like, there is a spiritual world. It does exist, and spiritual warfare does exist. What did he say? This guy David Hernandez. He said the fight, spiritual warfare, is the fight in the belief of God, that God is true, or to believe the enemy's lies. Lies in this case would be making you feel confused, right? Making you feel weaker. That's why you're running scared, right? That's why I was leaving jobs and leaving certain environments and getting away and staying away, because I was afraid, because I didn't know what I was dealing with. I've heard about this when I was a child, and I've seen it in movies and I've read it, and the Bible speaks of it, but I've never actually knew that you can experience it in this realm. And I did. So it scared the living crap out of me. Um, he said, um, um, he said anything. Well, when he said that anything angelic can neither be cursed or possessed. I remember that I had a friend that was trying to, like, I felt like she wasn't the only one, but we was cool, and she was like fighting my friend for me, and I was like, nobody possesses me. And I didn't know what I was saying at the time. And some people would describe me as this free spirited, but I didn't even know what that meant. Okay, I cannot be possessed. You cannot control me. You cannot tell me what to do. You could scare the crap out of me, but it was all by choice. I opened the door. I knew that this was in the type of person that I would be around, and I let it in. So this guy says, you can be possessed and you can be cursed, but that doesn't mean that demons can attack you. And they can attack you at your lowest vibration. And fear is the lowest vibration. Well, they can attack you at a low vibration, and fear is the lowest vibration that you can feel. Okay? Let's see what's going on here. She's gonna watch. Ali said hello. Say something. Anyway, let me continue. That doesn't mean that the devil cannot attack you. Can attack you because the devil is deceitful. It can attack you with accusations. You remember how they talk about the smear campaign? How they bad mouth you to everybody, and trying to make you look bad. You lose credibility. They can attack you with temptation, and I know I was tempted. I was doing stuff that I wouldn't otherwise. That wasn't my thing, and I was just like, oh, I'm just having fun. As grown as I am, of course, they deceive you. Let's see what else I have here. So now, one of the question is, why do gang stalkers stare? Um, what do they want? And what's the end game? The end game is to keep you from getting to know who you really are. That's the end game. As soon as you find out who they are and who, first of all, the end game is for you to learn your lesson and finally find out who you are. When you find out who you really are, right, your power, the things that you can do just with your mind, right, you learn that, like me, you're a spiritual healer, which is why all these sick people will gravitate into me. They stare at me. And I remember being confused, like, what are they looking at? What do they want? Why they pick me? Why they did that to me? I'm a good person, blah, 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 blah. I'm a good person and all that, but I didn't know who I was. And that's what made me a target. And that's probably what's making you a target. That's me, the gang stalking. People staring at you is scaring you. I'm saying it again. People looking at you is scaring you. People talking about you is making you uncomfortable in your skin. It makes you feel like nobody likes you. Now, think about your kids going to school, high school, and your kid says to you, Mommy, I don't want to go to school today because they don't like me. You're going to be like, get your ass to school. They ain't shit. Blah, 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 right? Well, the same thing for you. You think you're weak. You think everybody doesn't like you. That makes you feel even weaker. Like you have this inner child that's hurt. Low vibration. When you're at a low vibration, that's where all the demons live. So more of them gonna gravitate to you. When you raise your vibration and this no longer bothers you, you don't even see them. I bet you they still watch. Hello, hi haters. I bet you they're watching, but they're not having fun. The point is to keep you, to deceive you, and keep you at your lowest so that you never find out how powerful you really are. That's the point.